This is a film I can't explain too much because I don't really understand it, which is okay because, as Kubrick once said, the truth is in the feel of it, not the think of it. He was a big fan of sci-fi and wanted to make a film that audiences would experience instead of watch. Kubrick found the perfect partner in science fiction novelist Arthur Clarke and spent years working with him on the story, which was based on a 1950 story by Clarke called The Sentinel. Kubrick and Clarke started with a 130-page treatment, which they turned into a novel concurrently with the film version. Kubrick and Clarke worked hard to make sure all the details would be as feasible as possible, employing a scientific consultant and working with companies like NASA, Pan Am and Whirlpool to create futuristic products. And during production, no expense was spared on the special effects, with Kubrick supervising a large team of experts to create his vision of space, determined to make sequences that audiences had never seen before. In total, the film took about 4 years and cost MGM around $11 million to produce. And though critics weren't enthused by the final product, the movie gained a following with younger audiences. And now, of course, it's considered one of the greatest sci-fi films ever made. All right, open those pod bay doors and let's explore 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Dave, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, not at all.
I've wondered whether you might be having some second thoughts about the mission.
How do you mean?
Rumors about something being dug up on the moon. I never gave these stories much credence, but particularly in view of some of the other things that have happened, I find them difficult to put out of my mind.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
That is an ending which continues to confound and mystify audiences. And there's a great story about co-writer Arthur Clarke, who was apparently once detained at immigration in Hawaii by an official who said he wouldn't let him go until Clarke had explained what that ending meant. He didn't explain it, and neither did director Stanley Kubrick, who was reportedly delighted at the confusion he created. And as he said, how could we possibly appreciate the Mona Lisa if Leonardo da Vinci had written at the bottom, "The lady is smiling because she's hiding a secret from her lover"? This would shackle the viewer to reality, and I don't want that to happen to 2001. And the mystery is a big part of the attraction to this film, which is still bringing in box office